John.
And Ronnie.
I'm trying out a new stealthy stick, y'all, so if, we're bouncing all over the place, it's my fault.
Did you say stealthy?
I said selfie stick.
Oh, I thought you said stealthy,
no.
like a plane, you're stealthy.
No, that's you, because you're all stuck. John's got a cold.
It's not a cold, it's
allergies or something.
Get him every year.
And he can't hear, he can't talk, he's all over the place.
Didn't sound like you said stealthies.
I said I have a new selfie stick.
Okay. Yeah, because stealthy stick would make no sense, would it?
Anywho, so we're going to talk about today, baby. We're on the road. Kind of late, but...
we want to talk about my dream of my grandmother coming to me.
All right.
Is that the dream you wanted?
Yeah, that's the one you told me about.
Dream. That was today's dream.
So when I came downstairs, he told me, he said, I had a dream about my, I got a dream I want you to analyze, because he knows that, my whole family with the dream sequence and analyzing dreams and things coming true and stuff like that. It just runs in my family. So he wanted to know what I thought about this dream that he had. So you want to tell the folks what the dream is?
Ryan want to call the name of this video Ghostbuster, interracial couple ghost busting.
No, that's not what this is. It's not a ghost. It's a dream.
Well, years ago, my grandmother's probably been dead for probably around 20 years, I would say. I would say probably at least around 20. So she was dead probably for about the last 20 years. I've never had a dream with my grandmother in it in those 20 years. And my grandmother, when she did pass, my dad always had guilt. Just to give you guys a little bit of feedback about the situation, my dad always had guilt because he felt like he put her into a nursing home, and the nursing home, basically, they left her in bed all the time. They didn't get her up. So basically what wound up happening is she wound up getting the pneumonia in her lungs, and then she passed away. But she was only in the home for about a month, maybe 6 weeks. She didn't last, maybe at the very longest 2 months, but I'm not even sure if she was there for 2 months. But my dad always had this real, almost like a guilt factor. It's something that weighed on him a lot. And he had mentioned it to me a couple times. So I guess probably about maybe 6 months after she passed, he wound up getting a call in the middle of the night. And he picked up the phone, and when he picked up the phone, he said, I wasn't there. My dad said, but my mom was there, and she heard it on the answer machine. By the time he picked it up, it couldn't go into voicemail. It went into the voicemail in the recorder. Basically, it was my grandmother's voice saying, it's okay, Jack. And then she just hung up. And my dad played back the message, and it was the middle of the night. He had just woke up, and he was all nervous and jerky, and he hit the wrong button after they listened to it, and he wound up deleting it. But my mom was there. She said that she heard my grandmother's voice too. So like I said, me and my grandmother always had a really a close relationship. Like, we were always real good with one another, where like my sister, she had issues with my grandmother. As she got older, they fought a lot. So like I said, I always felt close to my grandmother. And probably, I guess, maybe a month or a couple months before she died that year, our last Christmas, she told me, I came upstairs because she was still awake. She was laying in bed, and she told me that I was always her favorite. And that really meant something special to me, because not too many people in my life have actually come out and said that. I think Ronnie may have said it once.
Nah.
Maybe once. But like I said, not too many people can say that, so it always kind of meant something special to me. So this dream today, this leads into the dream. So I'm laying downstairs because I've been on the sofa because I don't want to keep Ronnie up, because my allergies every year around this time are like brutal, where I get almost like a full-blown cold symptoms, and it lasts normally from April into May before it subsides. So I was laying down on the sofa, and I had this dream. I was walking down a hallway with, I guess it it was me. I don't know whether it was my mom, but there were other people with me and a nurse, and they basically said, "Oh, your grandmother had passed away." And we were going in the room to see her, and when I went into the room, I seen her laying in bed, and all of a sudden she sprung up like this. And I'll tell you what, I woke up fast on that dream, because she sprung up, she looked at me, and then she kind of just like sunk back down into the bed. She never said anything. But I'll tell you what, and I've never had dreams about my grandmother. This is like the first time that I had a dream about my grandmother, and it was kind of like in that fashion. Now my dad, he's still really sick, and he's not really going to get any better. So like I said, I don't know. Ronnie said it could have been something, maybe a premonition or something like that. Or
so he asked me because, I said I'm looking at it two ways. As he mentioned, his dad's very sick, and his mom and his sister already started prepping for the memorial, and he's not even gone yet. But I told him, I said, you can look at it two ways. You can look at it that your dad, is on the downside, and your grandmother appeared to you to let you know that when your dad passes, he's going to be with her. Similar things have happened like that in my family. So I told him, I said, you could look at the dream that way, or you can look at it because your dad is so sick, and now his mom is sick and in the hospital, and both parents, are weighing on his mind. Maybe this was his grandmother's way of coming to him and just, patting him on the back, or letting him know, I'm here, everything's going to be okay. Just don't worry about it. So that's kind of how I look at it, because I always say to him, and I mentioned this before, I grew up in a family where they were always talking about spirits. Spirits was always talking to somebody. And I thought, I don't want any spirits talking to me. That's not what I'm about. But if you come to me in a dream sequence, I'm okay with it. So, and again, like I've mentioned this before, but I don't think when family members come to you, like he said, she sat up and just stared at him and then went back down. I don't think that, unless your family members just didn't like you, I never think that when your family members that have passed on approach you that way, that they're benevolent. I never think of it that way, that they're out there to do something mean. I think it's just their way of communicating. Because I was telling John, I had a dream one time about my great grandmother. Now again, my great grandmother always comes to me when there's something going on in the family. She needs to tell me something. She came to me one time, and I don't know why this dream, I got upset when I was talking to John about it this morning, because we were in the house that I grew up in, and I was sitting on the sofa in the dream, and she just came walking down the stairs. And now here's the thing, usually when I dream about her, it's almost like she's still here. So it's always a thing that makes me feel comfortable, where we're just having a conversation in my dream and she's telling me whatever. Sometimes I can remember them, sometimes I can't, after when I wake up. But this was really weird, because in the dream, I knew that she was gone, and that's what bothered me, and I was already upset about it. But most times when I dream, as I said, it's like she's still here. So this dream, I knew she was gone, and she came down the steps real slow, staring at me. As she got down to the bottom, she just stared, she didn't say anything, and then I just woke up. That dream bothered the hell out of me, because I kept thinking, what is this about? Something's going on. My great grandmother's never mad, and to me, it felt like in that dream she was upset about something, really upset, and was trying to warn me of something. So John asked me, he said, did anything happen after that? And I said, I believe it did, but I don't remember what exactly happened, but I definitely think that was her way of warning me about something, and whatever had happened, and I didn't put two and two together, So I was telling John, just keep on the lookout for something that's going to go on, and see if that was really your grandmother warning you about something,
That's some good stuff there, man.
John's making fun of Lord, this selfie stick's not working. Just to let you know, I'll be back to the old one. Yeah, John's making fun of me because, you know, that's how
I don't make fun of ghosts.
You better not make fun of ghosts. But yeah, so that's how I feel about stuff like that. So
now, if I were to say one thing, I would think maybe the latter or the second, your first thought might actually be what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Because they've been on my mind, but not recently, just because, you know, I've been talking to my mom a lot and everything right now. So like I said, I'm kind of thinking that the first example might be probably what I was actually thinking.
Yeah, I mean that's where I was going with it, you know. But I mean, you know, a lot of people don't believe in stuff like that. You know, if I hadn't witnessed things that, you know, that my great grandmother used to tell me that her mother would tell her, and those things come true, and I'd be like, no, that's just a bunch of baloney. I'm not really,
a bunch of baloney.
A bunch of baloney. I'm not going to believe that, but there have been times where she's said, and where would she get this from? She's not like psychic or anything, but it's usually something going on in the family, something with my Aunt Pearl and her side, or just something going on in general, and you're like, wow, okay, that's what that was about. But
oh shit,
yeah.
Is that closed there?
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, so you know. So that's what happens. We're just coming on, and John got a bit of a late start today, so I'm just riding along with him. We thought we'd do a quick video. That was an interesting dream, so we thought we'd share that with you. What else you want to talk about, baby?
I don't know. My head's a little scrambled right at the moment. Now I'm gonna figure out how to get back to that.
All right, now he's trying to get back to somewhere or whatever. So now we're lost. Not lost, but we're trying to scramble. So why can't you turn down cinnamons?
Yeah, I'm doing the wild.
Oh, good. We're gonna get some food because it's the first I've eaten all day, and it's like 3 o'clock.
Ronnie, what do you eat a sandwich?
I'm hungry.
Ronnie, what
all
do you eat
right.
a sandwich?
Well, shut up, John. We'll be back. Bye. Hey, folks. So I wanted to come on real quick to kind of add to what we were discussing earlier. John's out cutting one of his customers' grass, but we were talking about, you know, dreams and family members, you know, visiting you in dreams and stuff like that. I had to tell John because it's so weird that both of us had weird dreams on the same day, but I woke up around 3 o'clock and couldn't go back to sleep, and I was real tired, but I started watching something on television, and I started getting sleepy around 5 or 6. So that's when I started to fall back to sleep. So when I fell back to sleep, I don't know if anybody, and let me know in the comments, you guys, if you ever experience things like this, because this happens to me a lot. Not a lot, but it happens to me often enough where I'm aware of it and I start to wonder what the heck is going on. So I'm in this real deep sleep, and I hear very loud and clear in my right ear, Ronnie. And I literally, now I do hear people, like somebody calling my name all the time, like in this sleep, and I'll just like brush it off. But this actually made me sit up in the bed and look around, like who's calling me. And the weird thing about it is, it always sounds like my mom's voice. And I was so shooken. I just sat there, and I'm like, I'm looking for the dog, because Schultz usually sleeps on the floor next to me, and next to the bed, and he wasn't in there. So I'm like, okay, what the heck's going on? I'm looking all around, like, where? It's almost like you ever wake up like so quick you don't know where you are, what day it is, what time it is. That's what happened. And I'm like, who called me? And like I said, when somebody's calling, like usually when I wake up or somebody calls my name, it always sounds like my mom. So my first inclination was to jump out the bed and see if she needed something, because as I mentioned, my mom is bedridden now, and she hasn't been up or walking around since she got back out of the hospital or the rehab. She hasn't walked, and this is going on like that was January, February, March. It was like 3 months. So we're working hard on trying to, to get her up and walking, but until then, like, I'm her caregiver. So I thought, what was that? But at the time I was so sleepy that I just, it woke me up. I jumped up and then I went right back to sleep. So when I got up, I went and I told my mom, I said, Mom, did something go on around 5 or 6 o'clock this morning? Because I told her, Jimmy, I said, like, somebody shouted my name in my ear. And she said, no. I was like, well, all right. And maybe it's just in my mind, it always sounds like it's her that's calling me. But, in that instance, it wasn't. But the funny thing about it is, she says that sometimes she has dreams and somebody's calling her, but they're saying Mom. So she thinks it's me. So weird connection. I don't even know what that's about. But I know that somebody yelling that in my ear this morning, it was like somebody was right by my ear and yelled my name, and that freaked me out. Like I said, I've had instances where I've heard somebody call my name and I've never woken up like that. I literally sat up like, huh, what's going on? So that's kind of weird that me and John had weird dreams on the same day. I don't know what to make of that, but I just wanted to know, you guys let me know if you've ever experienced someone shouting your name or saying your name either in your sleep or in a dream or something like that, because that happens to me way too often to think there's some kind of coincidence. And when I told John about it, he says, well, it was just somebody trying to wake you up because you sleep like a dead person. I usually don't. I will admit there are times where I do sleep and it's a sound sleep, but most of the time, like, I hear him when he comes upstairs. I hear him when he comes in the room. I hear the dog when he comes in and out of the room. So I'm not, I'm a very light sleeper, I think. But there are some times, I guess, where you're just really tired. And I've been really tired lately. So you just, you go to sleep, you get knocked out, and you're just knocked out. But yeah, let me know if you guys experience people calling your name in your sleep. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit. And I think when John comes back, we may come back on, but this may be it. But I think we may hop back on for a few minutes before we end the video. But yeah, I had to share that, folks. Bye. Okay, we're back, and John has a topic that he wants to talk about.
Inflation. Yes. Very good, babe. Your new stick really does the job. So let's talk inflation. Prices going skyrocket. Are you what? You want to talk about your little stick thing there?
No, I was like, I don't.
So Ronnie's going to tell us. Ronnie, what has went up?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You don't know? Do you buy stuff?
I don't.
You're always complaining about Amazon. Amazon did this. Amazon did that.
Well, see, Amazon, some of their sellers have always inflated the prices.
Right. But you see on Amazon now how the prices, it's people just gouging now at this point.
Yeah, I was looking I like this specific Palmer's. It's called, it's a Palmer's oil and gel, and it's really nice. It makes your body really soft and, like after shower gel. When they sold it, actually my mom has some. I don't even know if they make it anymore. But my mom had a tube of it, and I started using it. I'm like, oh wow, I gotta go, get me some of this. So I go on Amazon. They have it. I guess somebody just bought up all of them, and they wanted $95 for a tube of something like this. And I'm looking, why is this $95? And I look at it's coming from Turkey. Now, see, this is what I have a problem with. Even if they stop making it, which I think they have, because I went everywhere looking for it and I can't find it, I'm not going to pay $95 for you to ship it from Turkey.
Yeah, you should have got it
literally this big. So Amazon has a knockoff. There's Sol Limo
Easy
brand,
for you
I
to
think.
say.
Sol Limo brand, I think, is Amazon, and they had one, and I just got theirs because I'm like, for $95, I think I could buy a case of it. So, okay, yeah, there's your inflation.
Right. See, I knew you had something hidden in that
I'm complaining about that because
little
that's
head of yours.
Stupid price gouging.
It is.
That's beyond price gouging. $95.
Gas prices. Dude's got so many things to talk about with prices being jacked up and inflated. Ronnie got little face cream on Amazon. That's okay. That's okay,
Bye.
sweetie. You added into this conversation. I'm
What?
glad.
That's what I was pissed off about.
I'm pissed off about gas.
Well, John, you are, because you're out, you're riding around. This directly affects you. It directly affects everybody.
Right.
But
Anybody who has to
saying-
get from point A to point B.
Exactly.
But gas is insane. The West Coast, they're paying like $7, $8, $9 a gallon. We're paying
I live
here.
in California.
We're paying here almost $5 a gallon because I use. What am I using? I'm using 89. So we're paying $5 a gallon for gas. Well, let me tell you a story. I went to the Giant last Friday. I go to the Giant, and when I went to Giant, the guy turned around and the guy at the register, he rings up. Now, let me just give you a visual of this. This visual consists of 2 bags of potato chips, 2 bags of cheese curls, what Ronnie eats now, which when she first met me, she said, "No cheese curls for you," like that soup Nazi from Seinfeld. And then I had 4 bags of chips total. I had 2 of them little 8-ounce bags of shredded cheese. And what else did I had? Something small. It was like a soda or something like that. This man looks me straight in the face. He says, $42. Oh, I know what I had. I had a box of cat litter. $42.
Speaking of which, did you change your litter?
No.
You didn't change your litter yet.
No.
I know you.
This isn't litter talk.
Well, it needs to be changed.
So, $42 for like 6 items, and they weren't big ticket items. Not like I had some filet mignon or something like that. Inflation, food has just went through the roof. I bought a pound of turkey, ground turkey, 2 years ago was $1.99 a pound. Ronnie, look that up. $1.99 a pound. Do you know that ground turkey? I seen one of them little signs that stick in the meat department. They might as well be sticking in the back of your wallet. $5.99, $6 for a pound of ground turkey. What is this ground turkey made of? Gold? Craziness. That man looked at me like I was crazy. He's like, "Well, I could take off $2. I said, "You need to take off another $30. Inflation has went crazy.
But what John neglects to tell you is he was already El Cheapo. So
How is that El Cheapo?
you are.
I thought you didn't have nothing
you're
to say in
El
this
Cheapo.
conversation. Oh, look, now you're trying
No,
to
I
get
got to
into it.
say he's El Cheapo because back when something was $1.99, he was complaining it wasn't 99 cents.
No.
So-
I never said anything when it was $2.99. It was on sale for $1.99. But I bought plenty of ground meat at $2.99.
I think we've had this discussion before. John is cheap. And,
Not,
he's gonna be
no, when it comes to
complaining
$6
about a lot of
for a
stuff.
pound of ground meat, yes, I'm going to be very cheap. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to grow my own turkeys in the backyard. That's going to be
What
the
you
end of
should
that.
do is start growing your own vegetables and food.
Yeah, I'm going to grow my own turkeys. We got to. You know what?
We can't have turkeys. in
We
the
can have
backyard.
pigeons. You can eat pigeon
Nobody's
eggs.
eating a pigeon.
Pigeon eggs you can eat.
John,
You can eat pigeon eggs. Look it
well,
up.
you know what? Let's just see you eat some pigeon eggs.
I'm telling you right now, you can eat pigeon eggs.
All right.
Look it up. Look it up.
I believe this is where this crazy conversation ends because I really don't even know what he's talking about, and I'm quite sure he doesn't know what he's talking about either. So there you go.
Pigeon eggs. Look it up.
All right, are you done?
That's all I got to say. What do you mean? Am I done?
Are you done?
That's the gist of it.
Yeah, the gist of it is, we know that prices are high. Certainly prices are high. This we know. We're very aware of it. But my husband is cheap.
They're not quail eggs. They're pigeon eggs.
Cheap. So that wraps that up. So we're on our way to, you're giving a quote to somebody, and then that's going to be it.
That's
so what
it.
do we say?
Peace
and
out.
love.
Peace out. God bless you all.
What am I going to do with him? Bye, folks. Until the next time. See ya.